Putting the fight in faster than light. This is... Wait a minute. That's one of the Cosmopunk intros. I got confused because we have guest star Pan here from that very show. So, sit on down with star-studded Starfinders with us on the Emergency Power Podcast.
Yeah. It's a good thing Pan's here, otherwise we might have had to deal with a copyright claim.
Yeah, no, because we got him, I can get away with just about anything. So,
Yeah, true.
The lawyer said we changed it enough that we can do whatever we want with it now.
Fantastic.
Oh, man, they have cool intros like every time, and they change it for their different, like, they have mini arcs they do and stuff.
That's all Shy. He comes with them every time. That would be
really?
Shooting things in space.
Those it's like shoot straight, roll high is at the end of every one. Yeah, so listeners, if you haven't listened to Cosmopunk, go check it out. It's fantastic. I'm on episode like 40-something out of 50. Like,
Finish
I'm almost
this episode
there.
first, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't leave now. But if you do, I guess come back. Like,
Yeah, Pan won't be there anyway. They're right here on the show.
Just for you. You can't
go
escape me.
they're gone. There's just this empty session. Like, they're like, oh, Baphomet. And then there's just empty, dead air.
Yep.
That's how that
Good
works.
idea.
Yeah.
Every time you hit play on our podcast, we have to all assemble real quick and start talking.
Yeah, it's really difficult, and I'm so
Guys,
tired.
gotta stop doing that when I'm in the shower.
My cats are never going to forgive y'all.
Do the robot arms that you made me install in my bedroom have to like have such sharp ends and they poke me?
Yes.
Absolutely.
This deal is getting worse all the time.
I'm excited for this shopping episode, though, Adam.
Yeah, so
me too.
The entire thing is going to be an hour and a half of just straight shopping.
I have a
That's
list
why I'm
on it.
here. That's it.
Oh my gosh, I'm so ready for that.
God, I wouldn't put solid Baphomet in a shopping center. That would be
I
the
guess
worst.
I could throw a little bit of story in there if you guys want, but like, I
That'll
don't
probably
have
be
to.
good.
The story is the discounts.
Yeah.
Yeah, the story of how every piece of clothing was made. Yes,
Yes.
please.
Okay, you got it. How about this? I'm gonna pitch something. How about we do the literal opposite of that? And
Yes.
Give the fans what they want, Adam.
All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a 0.5 episode. That is the entire shopping montage.
Ooh.
Oh, a compromise. Okay.
Ooh.
I like it. I like it.
Now you'll have to assemble once more, just on and off.
I pitch that we all take some skills in engineering, and then we have an episode where we just do Project One Way on the ship.
I am completely into this, darling.
Yes.
You know, that's not the worst idea I've ever heard. That right there is content.
Wait, do I get to dress Scrif?
Ooh. Oh.
Are you do you have like profession tailor or something? Because if you did, Scrif has some ideas.
We could make you the rockinest onesie.
Hot glue, darling. It's really all you need for a show.
Matching
You know,
onesies for all of us.
Richard, you're
little pop flat.
joking. Richard, I know you're joking, but you're not far off from what I was actually thinking.
Bright yellow,
Like a romper.
cheese
Yeah.
onesie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Scrif in a rat hikarugi?
Oh.
I can just see in my mind Soul walking in with a hot glue gun in one hand and just a handful of glitter in the other. It's like, I'm going to solve this problem.
Please, darling, rhinestones. Rhinestones.
Make it work.
Scrip's one problem with his armor is that it just doesn't look fashionable.
It's just not bedazzled enough.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't have that marketing appeal to get someone to buy it. It's all substance, no flash.
You could write juicy on the back of it and write.
Done.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
That's the billboard image right there. It's just Scrif with juicy written on.
But it's gotta
Every
be.
time.
It's gotta be the back of the armor, like the back, and with Scrif like laying on top of it, like.
Oh.
I thought you were gonna say like the back flap of the armor is open, like the copper tone sunscreen.
I mean, if that's what you're into, I'm not going to tell you no.
Like, we're gonna do our new episode is up on Twitter, and it's just gonna be Scrif's butt hanging out.
Holding his finger on his lip.
Oh my gosh,
Much for
please
speaking
no.
Rule 34 into existence. But
Yeah.
This is Space Rule 34.
Y'all know exactly what I used to do for a living. This is clearly my fault.
I actually don't. I'm still using my imagination.
I also just kind of hope that Scrif just shows up on the runway in his like usual power armor with just a tuxedo spray painted on it.
Oh yes.
Amazing. You're just
like
gonna
all
have
of
to
these
go back
ideas.
to the Aslanti tailor and get a full power armor suit.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to like get a glamour, like a magical enhancement or something for my armor, so I can
Yeah, you gotta get the glow up stone.
decorate it.
I love how you went from this is a weapon of death to how can I make it fancy though?
I gotta make it look
Listen,
good.
everyone's rolling in with suits right now. You gotta join the party.
Right?
Can't look out of place.
Okay, so before this goes any further, let's go ahead and get into this, shall we?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm ready. As time begins to pass on At Scar's End, parts for the second hand are brought in, and the crew gathers some much needed resources off-screen shopping trip, as well as recuperating and strategizing. However, the longer they wait, the longer their friends and family remain in captivity. So it's a catch-22 of horrific consequence in this chapter of the Tomes of Emergency Power, Volume 3, Chapter 4. Woo!
Nice.
So while parts of the ship are being repaired and replaced, off and on, you guys are gonna have some downtime. You know, you can't be working on the ship 24/7 or whatnot. So I kind of want to know what you guys are doing while you're waiting for this ship to get into a position where it can actually leave the station.
I just thought engineering characters would do engineering things and we'd be on our way. I have engineering and will assist with that.
I'm looking on the ridiculously long downtime rules to see what I want to
Oh boy.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I'm
do need
afraid
to-
of that list.
Oh no.
I do need to touch base with an old friend here before we take off.
Okay. So, while people are either working on the ship or, you know, just hanging out, taking a nap, you head back into the station. Tell me what you do.
I'm going to just flag down one of the jet racks and let them know I need to meet and slide up in a corner, shuffle some cards, and wait for my friend Boa to arrive.
Okay. So you hang out, maybe a couple people pass, and you give them some quick readings, send them on their way. And then once you finish up one of those, you hear a small scuffle off to the side, and you see a half-orc little girl wearing these tinted goggles, kind of striding your direction, looking very nonchalant.
Hello, careful card trick. And she's used to this. We do this every time. I never actually do the card trick, but it's our cover. I respect her too much to try to pass her perception with my sleight of hand.
Yeah, she says, maybe just a little too loud, "Wow, a card trick, yeah."
Going to have to work on that. Yes, all right. And go through the motions. Think about this, think about that, and then I shuffle and then produce one card, which normally I don't actually try to sleight of hand it, but this time I do, since this is a farewell, and it is not my flashy deck, but purple and gold nonetheless, of a woman in a chariot pulled by a black and a white sphinx going opposite directions. And I hand it over to her and I say, "I believe this is your card." And on the back, she would quickly notice there's also a card that has been loaded with only 150 credits, because that's about all I have, but hand that over to her. I trust you won't tell the other kids about this trick.
No, I think I can keep that to myself. No
Good.
worries.
I am sorry to tell you that this is your card. It's not a fun one to have. It symbols a lot of struggle, but the good news is it is eventual victory. There's going to be forces that will try to keep you here, but I would encourage you to expand your horizons. I'm going to reach into my sash and pull out the purple flower and hold it up for her.
Wait, is that... Like, she's usually pretty calm, but, like, it breaks a little bit when she sees this flower?
Don't let the gods see with this. Apparently it's contraband, and I don't want you to have to explain how you have it, but I want you to be aware that this place is... Well, it's horrid, but there are planets and worlds and wonders far beyond this. Don't let yourself be stuck here. There are forces that will try to keep you here, but you are powerful and you have value. When you come into that power, come and find me in the stars. And I hand it over.
Just kind of stares down at it and says, so I guess you're leaving with that new crew, and I take it you're not coming back, right? Kind of looks away.
Oh, if gods are willing, I will not be coming back, but never know. I will say, there's a new group of troublemakers coming aboard, and don't stick your neck out for them, obviously, but if you see some goblins around, lend them a hand if you could. I've been informed they're not bad people.
Well, I mean, if you're leaving, I guess it will be boring otherwise, so I might as well check it out. And I've never seen a goblin before, so I guess that's interesting.
Yes, I should warn you.
Sweet summer child.
Their leader's name is apparently Oozy Pusswound. I don't, it's not, but it's
she
not
tries
joking.
Not to giggle.
I know, they're not joking. We don't laugh at people's chosen identities. We don't do that. But, you keep that card. It is mine and it is marked. And I'll know it when you find me.
She turns it over in her hands a little bit. Well, I'm gonna try to get out of this place as soon as I can, so sure, I guess I'll see you out there, maybe.
You absolutely will. I have every confidence.
She smiles a little toothy, tusky smile, and gives you a nod, and you can tell that, like, she seems like she wants to, like, maybe give you, like, lean in and give you a hug or something, but she just, like, has this wall where she's not gonna do it. But, like, you can feel it. But
I slide over and do the one-armed thing, because...
she reaches around and then, like, realizes what she's doing, and then, like, blushes, pats you, and is like, well, thank you for the card reading. Bye. And is like, starts to walk away.
Be safe out there. And I swagger back to the ship.
While you're swaggering and you are heading back that way, you go to put your hands in your pockets, and you find that while she was hugging you, she actually slipped something into your pocket.
Ooh.
I'm going to wait till I'm on the ship to look at it.
Okay. Let's go ahead and get some engineering rolls for repairs to this ship.
Happily.
Can I aid in that?
Absolutely.
All right, so here is my aid. Yes, roll.
And you're getting an inherent +2 for having the space walrus help you out, and, like,
cool.
The people there.
Awesome. I do not aid. I rolled a 7.
I do. Rolled a 24.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm glad that you aided because I got a natural 1.
Oh.
But the good news
wow.
is, with a +4, that's still a 23.
Okay.
Imagine part of your natural 1 is Brandon, like, walking up and being like, oh, I brought you this flathead screwdriver if it'll be of any use.
Yes, maybe. If I have anything that needs to be screwed, thanks.
There's not a single one of those screws on the ship.
Oh, Scrif. Oh. Starts fanning himself real quick.
Okay. So that's going to take some time, but the parts are steadily arriving, and despite Brandon, who keeps, like, trying to be helpful but is just getting in the way, he's like, oh, I'll hold that for you for a second there. And then he, like, drops it and it floats into space, and, like, so while some of this is happening, the Morlama, aka Space Walrus, whose name you have since learned is Pardrund, is holding this data pad as they swim through the air towards whoever is the nearest member outside of the ship. Who might that be? Who's hanging out around the ship?
5E is waiting for a delivery, so he's probably out there.
I'm out there.
I kind of imagine I'm in like a floating bed and just kind of drinking a drink out of a
I was
straw.
out there as well. He just followed them out.
Just relaxing.
Typical supervisor.
Okay, so they swim through the air and they're gonna head over to 5E, who looks like they're just like staring at the airlock, just waiting for that delivery. So he rolls up. I'm gonna need someone to sign here for the delivery. It has to be a official part of the crew. And he like quotes with his flippers and kind of looks over at like the trolls and all the weird things hanging out here.
I will be happy to sign the manifest for you.
Great, thanks. He hands it over to you.
Thank you for your assistance, Pahhra.
Yeah, I mean, not many ships been coming through lately, so this has been at least an interesting distraction. And never seen a ship quite like this one, I have to say.
It does consistently present me with new challenges.
I can imagine. I think the back was about to fall off when you came in. Like, just fall half.
That would be a new experience.
Well, and he gestures to the airlock, and you see some of the station guards pulling this box, which looks about like 3 foot on each side square. I'm not sure how big that is in the metric system, but
3 foot square on each side is basically a 1 meter cube.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, essentially.
Roughly.
Thank you for translating for Pan.
I got it.
Yeah, we Americans are the ones that don't know both systems.
That's fair. That's fair.
I know how tall I am in centimeters, and that's about it.
And they take this box and bring it into the airlock. And, Bertrand gives you a little salute, and they kind of head out on their way again. And it's just this box sitting in the back of the ship now.
Is that the package that we're supposed to deliver?
Yep. You have a ping on your data pad that sends you coordinates, and it is very clearly within the Vescarium system.
What planet in the Vescarium system?
It's not actually on a planet. It is near a planet. It's
Near
a point
which
in space.
planet?
It's near Vescarium. Vesk 2.
Ooh. I don't know anything about the Viscarium, so.
I will look it up later.
You had me there.
Ooh,
Oh,
I
yeah,
love
that one.
place.
I was like, oh, good, someone knows.
That's a fun one. Ooh. So who is the current ship's pilot?
That would probably be 5E.
Okay.
I think 5E.
I think during this, apparently once those coordinates have been known, I think Brandon would spend his downtime doing the plan route downtime activity.
Okay, tell me about this.
All right, so you take extra time to research a viable route, whether across a planet or through the drift. So essentially, we have to spend the day learning about a known settlement or star system in near space, which the Vescarium is in near space, and the most common routes used to it. We get a, if I'm the pilot, then I would gain a +4 circumstance bonus to my next piloting check to navigate to that system.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have you hold off on that for just a second until we get a decision here, because I need to know if Scrif has RSVP'd yet, and if that is the direction people are going, or if you're going straight to the Vescarium instead.
I didn't think that there was any question. I absolutely RSVP'd before I even told anyone that
Have you told anyone?
I had been contacted.
I don't think so.
You
Oh, yeah,
hinted at it.
Scrif just has that pale look.
Yeah,
on his
I hinted
face.
at it. I probably said a little, I think this was 2 episodes ago. I said a little thing that we've been contacted, and I think I would have attached the message with.
Okay.
So everyone got to hear the message verbatim, and I had already RSVP'd before I even sent that out to everyone.
Gotcha. Cool. Okay. So
Wonderful.
the response via text that you got, it was not an audio one this time, reads, "A miracle. Scrif Dovetail rises from the dead, just in time for our meeting. Don't forget to bring your Sunday best. The Dovetails are dying to see you. With a set of coordinates as well.
I have so many feels right now.
So you can absolutely use that you can use that downtime action you just did, Brandon, for this.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So I would just essentially just plan a route through the drift to go to the Pack Worlds at that point. But at that point,
Yeah, where do we have to go for that?
Okay, so this place is not right in the Pack Worlds. It's an adjacent system. So it is nearby it. What you could do is you could jump towards the Packed Worlds and Epsilon Station with their Star Stone and get that extra speed boost and then hang a right just before you get there.
If you take a left at Albuquerque.
So it's like in this it's outside of the official system, but it's
pretty close.
Yeah, it's like what Pluto is to our solar system. Like it's just way out there. Okay.
Mind the Oort cloud.
Yeah. We're heading to the Oort cloud.
All right.
Okay, well, was there anything else you guys wanted to do on this station before you depart to head there?
I flip it off in the window as we drive away.
I make sure to exchange all of my credits for UPBs.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. Someone's got something fancy to do. I can feel it.
I've got some work. We're going to have to cue a montage.
I also was looking at the carouse downtime ability. Apparently you spend either 100 credits times your level or consume an equivalent value of intoxicants. So 600 credits worth of intoxicants, which are like dirt cheap, like using the Starfinder
Time
currency.
to stock the bar.
Good God, that is ridiculous.
Amazing. Okay, so the last thing that needs to be sorted out before you guys go then is who all is coming. Because you guys showed up with a lot of different people on this ship. You guys are obviously leaving Uzi and the ship behind. Mm-hmm. Who else are you bringing along?
Should we just ask them, or do you think we should?
Man, I guess we can bring Scrif.
Yeah,
I'd like to go, if it's all right with you guys.
He might be emotionally compromised. He might not do well here.
Might not be safe.
If you don't bring me, I am sneaking aboard, just so you know.
Stowaway on your own ship.
As far as, metagaming wise, like, everyone here is going, obviously.
Oh, for sure.
As far as NPCs, personally, the only one that I can think that really needs to go is Sworkus.
We could bring the trolls.
We could, but, like, we've already kind of filled their bargain. Gludge has his mate. Glunge has his mate. And they don't really have a reason to come with us.
We're also probably housing them in the cargo area, and right now that thing needs to be locked down. So for the good of our mission as well as their own.
What is the quarters situation on this ship? Like, is everyone getting their own room? Are we bunking? Are we like crashing in the corner of like the bridge?
There's not a ton of official bedding here. There's like 4 beds and then 1 in the med bay. So you guys might have to do like a bunk bed situation, or you could find a corner.
Probably sleeps right in the engineering room.
Yeah, Scrif's got a bedroll under his
Just finds a
desk.
cubby.
This has been established.
I strung up a hammock near a viewport.
I find it quite relaxing to engage in low power mode near the lockers.
I just imagine him go to the lockers, open, get in, close it, and sit there.
So comfortable. Home sweet home.
It's the kitchen right there.
Pahhra finds a corner and starts pacing in a circle before folding their whole body down as much as they can into as small a cube as they can, like a dog trying to sleep somewhere.
Like Odo.
Making a bunch of turns first, though.
Walks around.
If that is the case, then Brandon will go to whatever room is open, even if it is not his, and just crash in an open bed.
Fair enough.
Someone's getting held.
I guess should I roll a D3 to see whose quarters I'm stealing?
Sure.
So let's see here. I guess 1 for pawns, 2 for 2 for script, and 3 for 5e.
I don't even have a quarters anymore. I'm in the engineering room.
So whatever quarters belong to 5e, Brandon will go up to the door, kind of nudge the name tag off, and just squatters rights that place for himself.
You've just replaced him.
Well, he's in the locker. He's okay.
No one will notice.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Shots fired.
Damn.
Do we think?
Actually,
go ahead.
Oh, no, you go ahead, boss.
Yeah. Do we think Sorkis's people would want to come with him though? Like he had at least a
he
dozen.
had like 6 people or so that
no,
were
they're
with
not
you guys.
Vesk, but
They just were.
Is it Vesk?
They just got out of prison though from the Cylon. Unless we're giving them time to recover, I don't know that all of them would want. And some of them have families.
Yeah, I mean, you could talk to Swarkus and see if he has any insight on that. But it sounds like you guys are trying to essentially leave everybody else here.
Personally, I don't want to endanger any more people than we have to. You know,
That's
this
fair.
isn't,
That's true as well,
This
yeah.
isn't their fight.
They're all safer here.
I would like to talk to Uzi before we leave, though.
Absolutely. Uzi is essentially trying to... He's on the comms at the ship all the time right now, trying to talk to his people and organize things as best he can. Not really his wheelhouse, but he's doing it, you know?
Yeah, so Pahhra comes up behind them, eerily quiet as always. And says,
So creepy.
"What, Chief?" Yeah, he just kind of is there, but also non-threateningly so. What, Chief? Uzi?
Oh, jeez. Uzi was listening to something and then... Are you Uzi Pahhra? Don't know what to call you yet. Have to think about this. Hello.
You may call me whatever you wish, but I come to you, War Chief, with a humble request.
Yes, what Uzi do for you? He puts his hands on his hips and his chin goes up a little bit and he smiles.
It seems the crew are preparing for takeoff, but I fear our time together was far too short. I would ask a boon, if you would be so kind. I would ask, perhaps, a blade. I have noticed the dog cutters.
Uzi thinks about it for a second and says, Since you going into battle with the rest of second-hand crew, and I guess you is now part second-hand crew since you was born here, Uzi don't know how that work, but
I am a stranger.
they need all help they can get, so Uzi going to give you this. And he pulls out his very own junk sensor, which is one of those things that priests carry that has a little burning incense. His smells like
nice.
garbage all the time, but he has used it to great effect on both enemies and himself in the past. And he holds that out to you. This Uzi very own special weapon.
I do not know what to say, but if it is okay, I would take this with me to aid the crew.
He puts his hand out and like isn't tall enough to reach for your shoulder, so just kind of like puts it on your arm and it sinks in a little bit. He's like, do what you can.
When Pahhra talks to Uzi, they move their eyes down to their midriff, so they're still at eye level.
Amazing. Do all you can to protect them. They have changed Uzi's life in many good ways. They surely change your life too.
I am honored. And they reach out for the sensor, and it just is absorbed into their hand, as everything else is that they ever touch.
Oh god.
They don't need a backpack. It just goes. whoop.
Not disturbing at all.
But does that
Not
destroy
disturbing at all.
the scent? Does that neutralize the weapon?
Oh,
Oh, possibly.
you might have to relight it.
Oh, is it leather? In that case, that's even more interesting. Okay, that's cool. The black ooze of their body like pulls down from the arm, and in place of like their hand for a moment is the sensor, and then it goes back up, and there's a hand there.
Oh man,
That's so cool.
I will keep them safe, War Chief. And he bows, which is weird when your eye level is at waist and everything else above you. So kind of the chest bows.
Oh my god.
And it bows above your eyes.
Yeah, there's like a weird it's a bow from the knees that goes down in an angle.
Oh.
I love them so much.
They have no idea how bodies are supposed to work. So this seems fine, right?
No. Not fine. Disturbing.
Uzi saw that you are able to do, like, you change how you look to have, like, suit. Uzi think that if you look at Uzi's suit and then copy it, you could probably do even better job. So then you could look like Uzi and Pons.
Of course. A brilliant idea from a brilliant War Chief. It will be an excellent surprise for the crew.
It like Uzi there, even if he not there.
Yeah, he's going to shift into a much better suit now that he's gotten used to doing suits to mimic Uzi's suit. It's somewhat
Okay.
Uzi and Ponce's suits.
Go ahead, give me a disguise roll then.
Okay. Wait, that is 23.
Okay. This time, the suit looks much better than it did last time.
It's because I care this time. Before I was just trying stuff out, and now it's like, wow, I gotta look like Uzi.
Fair enough. Like, you start to make it, and it's like Uzi sized first, so it's like down around your knees. There's just this suit, and then it just stretches out until it's the full body.
Yeah.
it's like you
With the
hold
eyes going
shift.
upwards as the rest of it goes up.
It's like you hold shift when you like enlarge an image. It's just like
Yeah.
Exactly. Awesome.
And yeah, he bows and heads back to the others.
Perfect. Okay,
also
so
just realizing this now, admiring the artwork for Pons. Pons isn't wearing shoes with his amazing suit. It's awesome.
Why would he wear shoes?
So they'll stick feet and I levitate all over the place.
Floats
if
everywhere.
you don't walk, no shoes required.
Not gonna get his feet dirty.
But I just one of those
is
things
my
I never
movement?
thought
10
to. I just assume you got a suit together. You got to have a nice pair of shoes, but no shoes.
His accessory is the boombox.
Uzi also does not wear shoes.
Uzi does not wear shoes.
Oh, in that case, then, yeah, Power's not wearing shoes either then. If Uzi does.
It's like
Power
four
passes
toes.
Sol in the hallway.
Goblin toes.
Like weird, like over toes. They pass Sol in the hallway and they're like,
Oh, do you like pick up dirt like silly putty as you walk then?
Do you leave clean
but here's the
footprints?
thing.
I think the less he concentrates, the more goopy it is.
Yeah, it picks it up, it breaks it down, and then there's a cleaner spot from when they left.
Yeah.
But then the bottom of your feet is just like all just hair and shit. Like,
It's like a lid roller.
Wonderful. Okay, is there anything else you guys want to do before leaving the station?
No, I'm good.
Not that's not completely derailing.
Yeah.
I'm good as well.
5E will secure the cargo from the station manager as well as a box that he has purchased and set aside, which he's bringing out at a later time.
Okay.
Ooh.
Is there still people in our ship right now, Adam?
So you guys have a little bit of conversation with Swarkas Gore, and his people have decided that they don't really want to go either off into another battle or even to the Vescarium necessarily. So with he's hanging his head a little bit, he tells you that the Gurgatal have actually kind of dissolved now. They're not going to follow him. They're just going to stay here and figure out their own thing. So he comes aboard, and all of the people who are here just kind of depart.
I think we need to have a conversation with Eastman and Victor about them staying.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, before we depart from this station, Scrif will call up everyone, particularly Eastman and Victor, and say, we need to have a conversation about our next steps.
Yes, that seems like it would be a wise idea. Looks over at Isbin, who's there, but you can tell that she's kind of out of it. She may still be on some medications that 5e brought.
So, Scrif waits for everyone to gather around and says, so, as you know from the message that I sent you, I don't even know his real name, the tiefling who I made a deal with and who killed the people associated with you, 5e, except for perhaps your protectee, has my family hostage and will not release them until I go to meet with them. I don't ask any of you to come with, but I hope that you will, because I could really use the help. Scrif looks over at Esben and Victor. However, some of you need to recover, and I don't want to put undue strain upon you when you've already done so much. Esben, Victor, I would feel more comfortable if you would wait here on the station until we can finish this particular objective.
I concur with Scrif. It is too dangerous. This individual, whoever he is, he has no regard for sentient life. Our battle with him is not yours.
Isbin says, I can understand where you're coming from on that. And I don't think I would be anything more than a hindrance if I were to go right now. So I understand that. I want to go, having seen what this person did, looks over at 5e, to the family you were protecting, but I unfortunately don't think I will be able to help. And Victor also nods. Yes, I'm sure that the goblins could use help coming onto this station and dealing with people, which I don't know if they ever have, aside from Uzi and his father. So, yes, I suppose I could stay and help here. It will be strange. It's not even been that long since we met, but there's a closeness, a bond here that it will be strange not to see several of you around, and looks at the newer people and not getting to meet the two of you very well.
I'm sorry, this is not a visual medium. That's Brandon tips his hat.
Of course, if you have any thoughts about the other matters that we share in common, such as the issues going on with the drift, as I'm sure that we've relayed that information that we got from Dr. Kotomo?
Yeah, Komoto.
Is that right? Komoto. I just want to fix that in my notes. I'm sure we've relayed the information that we received from Dr. Komoto. If you think of anything, Victor, I encourage you to reach out to us, do some research. The infosphere is at your fingertips. You can learn a lot about Triune, things that you may have forgotten.
I have heard about this. It is overwhelming, but it is an incredible source of information that I intend to look at thoroughly.
So you will have a way to contact us if you need to.
Yes.
Or if you think of anything that might be useful.
Absolutely. Well, I guess I should just say, in case something happens or whatnot.
Nothing will happen. It's fine. You don't have to say it. I'm just kidding.
He just sits down.
I don't say that.
There's a popsicle.
Put my finger on his lips.
Soul leans in.
Nothing needs to be said.
I was just saying I have to leave now. And just I wanted to say that thank you for bringing me not only out of that church and that dilapidated city, but out of a system trapped in nothingness so that I can experience the galaxy. It is not something I think I could actually put in words, this gratitude. So thank you all.
Of course. And with that, I think I'm ready.
Everybody else?
Yeah,
we're good.
Yeah, I'm ready to set off. I hand Victor a list of websites to get started, and let's get out of here.
Do not tell us what websites are on there.
More importantly, do you give Victor a list of websites not to visit?
There's some really big...
That's not going to help anybody.
There's some really big brains on a couple of these.
Yes.
So let's get a piloting check, please.
5e gets a solid 16 piloting getting off the station.
Can I? Is that possible to aid on that as like a co-pilot? All
You
right.
can totally aid on that.
Brandon comes over and like soulfully rubs his fingers over the console and goes, a whole new toy to play with. I cannot wait to get my hands all up in this. And rolls a piloting check.
Everything sounds so saucy from him.
I would
That's
venture
27.
to say that's intentional.
Yes, that is definitely intentional.
You assist.
5e looks over and says, I would advise you to exercise restraint until we've learned the peculiarities of this.
And then Brandon hits a backup
Nitrous.
Hard turn, we end up like skirting really close to another transport, but it shaves some time off of our exit vector.
Gotta live life on the edge, honey.
5e looks back and says, on the other hand, you do appear to have demonstrable skill in piloting. Perhaps you will be useful.
Gives a wink. Oh, I would love to show you how useful I could be.
Yes, that is the desired goal of cooperating with you. I thought that was clear.
So you guys pull out of the station, just narrowly missing this other ship. And then you're pulling away and you see that the Explodinator is out of the drift and it is slowly moving towards the station. So just as you guys leave, they're starting to come in.
We're playing a game of chicken over here?
I imagine the Explodinator like shooting off all of its weapons as like celebratory fireworks as they approach.
That would be the exact wrong thing.
I didn't say it was the smart thing. I said it's what I imagine they do.
The goblins are invading.
Scarzin blows him out of the sky.
Okay, so you give them a little wave, they give you a little wave as you pull away from the station.
I'm just imagining goblins plastered across port windows all on one side of the ship.
Yeah, you're not sure if when they came out of the drift, there are already goblins working on stuff on the outside or not, but you just like kind of turn your head and just don't even think about it.
I don't think this goblin generational ship even has like a loading hatch or anything. All the portholes just open up and goblins start pouring out of all of the holes in this ship.
Amazing.
Kind of cute.
Right?
Okay, so as you guys get away from the station and it starts getting smaller behind you, you get to a distance in which you can hit your drift drive. So 5e, you pull up the coordinates that you were given and plug them into the computer. And as you do, like a key turning in a lock, another seal of your memory bursts open wide. A small moon, a glass dome, a lavish castle fashioned after Eoxian royalty, a large painted portrait with 3 figures hanging above a master bed. Within the frame is an android male, the husband, Lacenth Kurdan. A human woman the wife, Olivier Cardan, a young Anasanoi, the child, my Ronnie Cardan. Smiles and clear joy, a happy family. Cracks in the paint begin to form, crawling through the figures. The edges of the picture begin to blacken by heat. The painting burns towards the center as Lysinthe and Olivier's faces are consumed, their mouths still beaming, until all that's left is the face of the child staring out through these 3 pitch black eyes. As you return to your senses with a start.
Oh my god.
So, as you look down at these coordinates, you can tell that not only have you been to these coordinates before, but this is the home of the people that you were serving.
Oh my god.
It's all connected, man.
Adam, you're a monster.
So the coordinates actually go to their house?
Correct.
Wow.
Holy crap.
And this is where I was living with this family, serving as a teacher and caretaker.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. This dude's got chutzpah.
It's just like, this is my house now.
I will immediately alert Scrif.
These coordinates, I know them.
Really?
It is where I served.
Interesting. Kind of brazen, don't you think?
I wonder if he is simply arranging the rendezvous there to throw us off psychologically, or if he has taken it for his new headquarters.
That's interesting theory. Do you have you recalled anything else about this location that may give us a tactical advantage?
The layout is a little vague, but you do remember that it is on some sort of small moon, and the castle is in a clear plastidome of some sort.
Okay. Whatever viral intrusion erased my tactical modules, also remove my knowledge of the layout of the structure, I'm afraid.
All right. We'll know when we get there. Are you going to be all right?
I will be fine. This is my purpose.
Your purpose and mine have become aligned.
I require your assistance with a project in the meantime.
Of course. And anyone else here who needs assistance with anything, if you need anything built or crafted or modified, come see me. I'll be in my shop. I can make it happen while we travel to the drift.
Sounds good. Much appreciated there, Scrif.
So Fifey's going to head to the cargo bay and pull out his package that he stowed away. He takes it to the lab and opens.
It's big.
Yeah, it's about probably maybe a half of a meter cubic. He takes it to the lab, pulls it out of a wooden crate, and it's a massive metal ingot.
Ooh.
Just like one big metal ingot.
Behold, I brought an I-beam, and he sets it down.
This is 500 kilograms of immorodium steel alloy. The original Isoki patent states that it must be heated to precisely 231 degrees and applied with a non-flammable, non-conducting applicator. Of course, my chassis can withstand greater temperatures than a microfiber weave such as those used in typical reflective suits. We can do it higher temperatures for applicative ease.
This is some pretty good quality material.
It should be. The Isoki designed it.
Well, of course. But what exactly do you want it to be made into?
I want you to paint it onto me.
All right, let's get started.
Oh, nice.
So we're going
nice.
to basically...
We're getting a makeover.
I'm going to pretty much create a makeshift forge by redirecting heat from our engines to get this stuff hot enough
so
to
metal.
paint it on me.
Scrif is going to reach out to the rest of the crew, if this is okay with you, 5e, to get design help. Because Scrif doesn't have much design sense.
I'm certainly rather skilled at that. I would
If
like to
anyone
say.
wants to come and we're going to be painting some moroidium onto 5e's chassis. I can do it in a technical sense, but I'd like to make it look good. If anyone wants to help me design it.
Additionally, if anyone has the ability to convey heat resistance to other people who are painting, that would probably be useful.
I would like to assist. I have never seen painting.
I'm happy to help. I've spent quite a bit of time painting things.
All right. So what does this end up looking like?
I bet we can put jetpacks on it.
Oh, Swokus, I forgot you were here. That's a good idea.
I have considered that upgrade, but I do not currently possess enough credits to implement it.
Sworkus nods and is a little sad. Like, jetpacks make everything better.
All right. So yes, Scrif, throws this ingot into a makeshift forge that's like taking the extra heat from the engine and just like concentrating it under this single point in a I don't know what they're called, the for like, what's the name of, there's a special term for the bowl that you use to like melt metal, but
the bowl you use to melt metal is not a technical term.
The smelting bowl.
I want to say crucible, but I'm not sure that's right.
Yes, it's the crucible.
There you go. Good job, Richard.
Scrif crafts a little crucible that takes the excess heat from the engine, and is using that to melt this massive ingot down, and then dons his power armor so that he has the environmental protections.
Nice.
And like just picks up this entire thing and pours it into a mold that like will allow it to just kind of be plated onto 5E's chassis.
Are you sure we're not getting like a hot scene of Scrif like topless?
I was gonna
hammering
say, like Brandon found whatever like bag of chips was on the ship, and like he's eating it, and he kind of leans over to Soul and says, "It is definitely getting hot in here, and I don't mean this makeshift forge."
Quite impressive, is it not?
Yeah, life bubble protects you from gases, temperatures, and anything like that. So that's necessary.
Nice.
I'll stand around for that.
Perfect. Nice.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
yeah.
great.
Yeah, because then everyone can take turns painting this alloy onto
Finger painting.
Oh, you know what would be great is if the life bubble was on 5E, you just put him in the mold and pour it on him and then shape it around him.
Yes.
That's good.
That is amazing. That is the best application of life
That
bubble
is
I've ever heard.
brilliant.
Yeah.
We all paint on 5E in like the negative of where it's going to go, and it's like a protective coating where
Yes.
like metal will just not stick to those spots, and then we just dunk 5E into a metal bath.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's literally Plasti Dip. That's amazing.
Wait, who wrote Juicy on the back of him? No.
That's my thing.
It was Pahhra.
My unit is not supposed to be marked with graffiti.
How do they even know the context of that? Learning so quickly. So impressed. All my hard work is already paying off.
I saw a poster outside. It seemed cool. I don't understand.
Brilliant. It was beautifully done, my dear.
The people in the picture were very happy.
Just amazing badass scene of 5E getting out of this like forge, just like dripping with like just molten goo, just like stomping, and then like the camera pans to the back and it just says Juicy.
And the eyes a little heart.
I absolutely am not doing that, by the way. I don't want to do that to Pahhra.
Yeah, this is
It's a cool moment.
It's on the back, so the 5E can't see it.
It's in another language. It looks cool because it's in another language.
It means
Always
peace.
have the kanji translated before you get the tattoo.
Gotta love it. Ariana Grande over here.
Oh, God.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I award everyone one, like, together, a communal popsicle.
Excellent.
It's my first popsicle.
Yeah, mine too.
All right, one of you can hold it then.
Yeah, let one of the newbies be the keeper of the new popsicle.
Mark, you can hold the popsicle.
No, I was gonna say we should all wishbone it and see who gets the bigger piece.
I technically came into the game with a popsicle because I made a Ponzi scheme joke.
That's right.
Fair. Thank you all for your assistance. This should make me much more efficient in combat now.
Now that that's done, I could use your help with something.
Oh
What are
snap!
you installing?
Just a few things that I've been working on during the trip. And Scrif pulls out these 2 augmentations. One of them looks kind of like this cybernetic set of lungs. And another one is just like this small... It kind of looks like a CPU chip. So this one needs to go into my lungs. That's the one that's really hard. I think I can get this other one installed myself. But it does need to go pretty far back into my throat.
Sorkus pops his knuckles. I can help with that.
Brandon,
no, not you.
Like chewing intensifies as Scrif says, puts it very far back into my throat.
Soul starts stealing potato chips.
Am I understanding correctly that you want this installed into your lungs, like a separate breathing apparatus?
Oh, actually, it's going to replace my lungs.
Oh my god.
But yes, mostly. It's pretty much correct.
Huh.
Well, you guys do have a brain surgeon on board. You could have help from them.
Yeah, I got really good medicine.
Why do you say it like that?
So one of these is a cybernetic, and one of these is a magitech item. So yeah, some mysticism would be helpful.
Have I mentioned how much I love Starfinder?
What's Pon's rocking on medicine these days?
Medicine, I believe. Let me just see. It's a plus 12.
All right, I've got a 14.
Okay, I could assist.
I can also assist. I have a 7 in medicine.
I mean, I know Adam likes to make us roll, but technically this doesn't require any rolls.
It's more fun.
True. Brandon
you can also take 10 on any roll that we're not in danger.
You're just replacing your lungs.
Right.
Yeah.
Just replace
In
the
the
lungs.
drift.
Not a big deal.
We do that all the time on
The
spaceship
shoulder bone's
travels.
connected to the thigh bone.
But yeah, so what this is, the lungs are a respiration compounder, which lets me treat my constitution score as though it were doubled for the purposes of holding my breath. And if I still need to hold my breath and I have to start making constitution checks, I get a +4 to those. And it also gets me a +2 for any saving throws against inhaled poisons or toxins.
Oh, nice. Man, if you had this, like, I don't know, before you went to, say, a water world where there was also a monster that had, like, acid all over the place or something, that might have been helpful.
So handy. So handy.
This feels a little reactive.
So the other thing that I got is this is a technopathy node that goes into my throat.
What?
So it is a small node with arcane symbols that allows me to telepathically communicate with technological creatures and nearby computers. So I can now telepathically communicate with 5e, and I also and it's got a range of 100 feet. That they can reply. So it's like doing telepathic message. And then I can also...
That's really handy for SRO.
On any computer that I can observe, I can make a message display on a screen.
Ooh, that's fun.
So that someone can see it and read it without leaving... And it doesn't leave... Yeah, and it doesn't leave any trace of the message's origin.
Oh, wow. God. Is this becoming a horror campaign?
Only for me, because I'm going to have to deal with this. That's awesome.
Okay, so get on the table, I guess.
All right.
Pull what tools I have.
Be careful.
I can help some with mysticism.
Oh, that would be appreciated. Do you want to do them both at the same time, or just ripping your chest open first?
Just throw out some rolls.
Yeah, while you're in there, you might as well do both.
All right.
I believe we should anesthetize him first.
That would be preferred.
Brandon pulls out a hammer. I got it covered.
So the traditional thing for this type of operation is a hacksaw.
It is. That's what I was gonna.
I was talking more for the anesthesia.
Maybe too crude.
I'll do both.
Yeah, 5e, do you want to lead on the medicine first?
All right. Well, I mean, I'm just gonna take 10 on it if I can and get a 24, and then let y'all pile on for aid another. So as long as one of you pops a good roll,
I will aid right here. I hope to aid. It's a 19.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Nice.
Phew.
Okay, very good.
I am very well acquainted with the insides of a Yosoki.
If I could have the mysticism check, please.
Coming through.
I do not like the way Brandon phrases anything.
That was I think a 19 on the dice, so it's a 33 total.
Nice.
Yikes.
Unfortunately, that's a 12 total to assist, so.
That's enough.
That assists. All you need is 10.
Okay.
Okay,
Hans kind of
very
grabs
good.
him like, get in there. Jamming it down Scrif's throat.
Just force it in a little bit.
So, like, leans over and has their, like, moat glow more to just add some light.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's
nice.
awesome.
And then, Pawns, you look down and you're like, oh man, I need a screwdriver for this. And then you look over and like, oh, and pull it out of Scrif's pocket.
Scrif's
from
pocket,
the one
yeah.
Brandon that brought earlier.
Oh, perfect. There we go. Uses it to just push it in a little further.
I never thought about it, but I guess the presence of mysticism alongside like high-tech medical technology means that you could drastically reduce recovery times from invasive surgical procedures.
Yeah,
like this.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Infections
It's
would
insane to
be
think about.
much less of a
Probably-
problem.
You might not even need to make a physical incision. You could just like open this like tiny portal, put the thing in, and then close the portal.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Starfinder.
Okay. Starfinder. Let me get from 5e as you guys are passing now through the drift. Give me a 2d6 plus 3, please.
Oh, is this the number of days?
Yeah, this is the number of days.
Ooh, roll low.
11.
11. Okay.
Man, the drift is really wonky right now. If going to Pact Worlds takes 3d6 plus 3.
2d6 plus 3.
Well, that's near space, right?
Yeah, so it is like according to what you've heard, it's taking everyone twice as long to go
cool.
to places.
Huh.
So yeah, you guys have plenty of time to smelt metal onto 5e and do an operation on Scrif. Is there anything else in flight that needs to happen?
How many days was it?
11 days, if that's the roll.
Once Scrif has recovered, I might ask a favor.
Sure.
Yeah, that's in like 20 minutes since we have healing spells.
All scars are just gone.
So impressive. Furry chest is back.
The Scrif like gets back up and is like, oh yeah, I can really breathe now. That feels pretty good. And then we'll shoot like a message to 5e telepathically. Testing. Is this thing working?
You're hearing this horrible hum in the background. It's too close to something else.
Your broadcasting may require a little bit of fine-tuning, but I am receiving you.
All right, I'll try and adjust it. Like taps.
You just touch your neck several
Put
times.
some tinfoil around your neck. That might do
It's
it.
really hard to get these dials from inside my neck.
Do you have a Faraday
Ow.
bag?
Just starts
I'll see if I can find one.
If
Just
you
put
want
it
some
right over
privacy,
your
just
head.
wrap foil around your neck.
Yeah.
But yeah, it works.
Yeah.
Great.
Hans will pass around the rest of the Eoxian bone cigarettes that I've just been hanging on to for a while.
Doctor.
There's nothing better to do.
I do not understand the purpose of this custom.
Right. Well, if anyone else needs me, I've got some other projects, but I'm happy to work on yours as well.
I have a small thing, if you don't mind. And Sol deliberately looks to see if Brandon's still in the room.
I'm always right around the corner.
So
He does the Scooby-Doo thing where he's always looking around from doorways.
Oh my god.
and he accused me of following him. So I have this armor, lovely stuff. You can't see it when it's not active, and I can activate it just by touching it. And I have this. Looks back at Brandon. I have this force field thing that I have to manually switch on and off. And it seems like it should be easy to just connect the two. Is there any way you could to activate the armor, the force field turns on as well? So I don't like to go around zapping random people who might bump into me, unlike some people.
Possibly. Let's take a look.
Yeah, go ahead and give me engineering roll for that.
Okay. 32.
You don't even know what these things are with a 32. No, I'm kidding.
Damn.
Yeah. All you need to do is take like a cable from point A to point B and just plug it in.
Okay, we don't need to like buy a thing to.
No, like as far as I can tell, that's like what a move action to activate that or something along those lines. I'm totally okay with like I'm about to go into combat. Boom, shield and armor turn on. I'm totally fine with that.
Okay. I do have something in a mechanical sense if you want it. But I need to build my replacement first. But well, you know what? We're in the drift. Here. And Scrif will like disassemble the voice command module from his armor. And with this you can activate it with a voice command. Would that work for you?
That is bloody brilliant. I've nothing to pay you back, except
Don't worry about it.
I'll give you a card reading.
That sounds fun.
And they produce very quickly a card set that is in black and white, which is very strange for them. And they dovetail, you said?
That's right.
I prefer to do 3 card readings, but I believe I have yours in 2. And they produce 2 cards. The first one, and I'll hold it up for everyone to see, but I'll describe it for the audience. It is a card that is black hatching at the bottom with 4 cups lined up, and a rat standing across the top. The hatching fades away to a pure white sky above with a black crescent moon, which looks just a little too much like the black crescent moon that Soul has tattooed on their forehead. 4 of Cups. This is your past. Most people would look at this and see opportunity, wealth, support, comfort. But not you. You were dissatisfied, always searching. One might even say a touch greedy. It's taken you away from the things that are important. You were always looking to the future when the moon says you should look to the past. Find what's important to you and name it. And then they hold up another card, which is, again, hashed black at the bottom with dozens, hundreds of black wings. Crows, ravens, bats, you can't tell. Flapping towards the top, where the hatching fades to white, where a dove hovers near the top, wings and tail spread wide. Far above, the dark shapes which can't quite reach it. This is the Judgment card. It's a scary term, I know, but not necessarily for you. Judgment conjures fear and guilt for most people, but you should be concerned with another aspect of this card. Forgiveness. Not of others, but of yourself. Now is the time to spread your wings and fly. Seek your personal freedoms. Let pettiness and fear fall behind you. Spread your wings, Scrif Dovetail, and be reborn. What relief that will be.
Wow.
By the way, for any tarot nerds listening to this, Kay just pulled those from the Wild Unknown Tarot, and that's a beautiful deck.
It is.
Those are some cool cards.
It is also, literally, there is 1 card in this deck with a rat, and 1 card in this deck with a dove.
Awesome. Nice choice.
Yeah.
So good.
Oh, wow. That was insightful. I'm going to have to think on this. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. May I ask, one, it might be personal. You can tell me to sort off whenever. I know how I can be.
Sure.
You made a deal with someone and you don't know their name, and now others are in trouble?
Yeah. I guess I should explain.
I mean, you don't have to, but curious.
No. If you're coming along to help, you deserve to know. When I was younger, I worked at big corporation on Abalon building armor. I was in the R&D department. And they ended up letting me go because I could never finish my projects. They always ended up getting dropped during the design phase. I decided I'd go out on my own and build the armor that I had imagined and sell it myself. But the money ran out and no lenders would loan me money to continue my project until this man came along. He promised me the funding that I needed. In exchange, he wanted the prototype for himself. But with the promise that I would have to pay it back from the profits of my first sales. Well, before I finished, my work was stolen, my lab was ransacked, but he didn't care about that. He still wanted his money. I didn't know what to do. So I took the last 1,000 credits I had and tried to do a bit more dangerous work. I was going to do some freelance mercenary work. I figured it would also be a good way to test out my armor. Then all of this happened. So I haven't really had a chance to seek him out again. But evidently, I waited too long.
Well, I'll spare you a lecture about your business sense, darling. I'm sure you've learned that lesson.
All I want now is to get my family safe, my sisters and brothers.
Normally I charge quite a bit for my bodyguarding services, but I'm bored, and you're taking me somewhere I've not been before. I think it would be fun.
I appreciate it greatly.
And thank you for the upgrades, darling.
Of course, I hope it serves you well.
So, are we teaching him a lesson, or are we killing him?
Are you aware of what happened with 5E and this man? Because I'm not the only one with the past with him.
Oh. Group effort then. Brilliant. Follow your lead.
Suffice it to say, there's no way around this where he lives. And so do we. One of us is going to have to die.
Well, let's make sure it's not you then, darling. I'm rather fond of you already.
Likewise. Taki.
Nice. Alright, so a few days pass as you guys are in the drift. And I'll ask one more time, is there anything else that people want to do during this time?
Scrif's going to spend some time crafting some additional things, but sure. They'll when we get out of the drift and Scrif emerges, it's stuff for his armor, so he doesn't need any additional help with it.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat.
Soul's going to spend a good bit of time just at viewports, leaning against it, and kind of, you see them kind of muttering to themselves, but looking relieved and happy. It really looks like they can breathe for the first time since you've met them.
And you didn't even need new lungs to do it.
Yeah.
All right. So
I think,
go ahead. No, if you have something, do it.
I was going to say, I think Pahhra spent a lot of time also like doing some self-reflection, going through different shapes, different looks, almost as they're trying to remember themselves. It's like trying on a lot of clothes and being like, what was my look? What was my style? And they're not clothes, but like, you know, types, bodies. Their head is bigger, their arms get bigger. They change. They need to know who they are and how best they can serve the crew.
Okay.
I think one last little thing. Now that we have the time to actually do it, Brandon's going to try to work on his dad bod a little bit. And he's going to do the workout.
It's just not dad enough.
It's just not dad enough. He's just going to eat the workout out.
Hit a bunch of butt heavies.
Butt heavy.
No, but he's going to do the workout downtime activity, and he's going to spend 7 days of those like just between alternating intense training and mindful rest. So at the end of 7 days, I attempt a fortitude save. And Yeah, if I'm success, then if I get a success, then I can re-roll an athletics check to climb, swim, or jump
Cool.
Nice.
for the following week.
Oh, very cool.
That's kinda
Okay.
neat.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that thing.
So I will make a fortitude save. The DC is equal to 10 plus half my character level. DC 13 fort save. Here we go. Come on. 16. All right.
Hey.
So he comes out after 7 days, and he's feeling really good about himself, but literally nothing has changed about his appearance. So he just comes out at the end of the 7 days, right before we land, and just I can give you a few pointers, just looking over at pawns or something.
3 beers, 3 push-ups.
Meanwhile, Soul is on a balance beam doing tree pose.
All right, Pond's doing anything during this time?
No, I don't think Pons really has a whole lot on his mind other than probably missing Uzi after a few days in.
Oh.
That's about it.
Fair enough. Well then, you sail through this alternate dimension, a vastly unknown place. Anything and everything could be here. But sometimes what's important isn't what you find, it's what finds you. Everyone give me a will save.
Oh no, what?
And you hear Swarkus Gore thud to the ground as they fall face first.
Oh no.
Oh no. I'm gonna fall too, guys.
Oh no.
I got an 8.
22 for the robot.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I took an alternate feat for Pons, and I could have given everyone a +2 or something for this. I don't think I have that ability. There's a 25.
25, okay.
Natural 20 for a 25.
Okay.
I got a 10.
Nice.
And then I got a 15.
Okay. Let's see. So, Jeff, what was yours again?
8.
8. Okay. Brandon and Scrif, you fall down face first onto the ground.
Oh, great.
And the rest of you, who are still conscious, you hear something in your mind.
Ah, there you are. I've been looking for you. How long were you planning on making me wait?
Hello?
Do I know you?
I'm impressed some of you can communicate with me, but you are not the ones I am trying to connect with, mortalings.
Sorry,
Does anyone
wrong number.
else hear that? Yeah, there's something in my head, I think. Usually that's controlled, but can't get it out.
Can we respond to this entity?
You can certainly try. Pahhra, you have the strange feeling that it's you they're trying to talk to.
Yeah, Pahhra is experiencing a weird feedback loop. And their eyes are darting around at the others as they talk. And I'm not sure how he reacts, other than being confused and yet feeling excited, I guess.
Okay. Does anyone else say anything? So, those two people tried to say something, and this voice, whatever it was, is I'm not talking to you, essentially.
Are you talking to me?
Of course. I felt the time disruption. I felt you draw upon my powers. It seems your strength is growing. Good.
Do you know me?
Of course, I am you. I can tell that you remember precious little. You're going to need to know yourself and know me. And while you are in the drift, you will learn.
I understand. I do not understand. I think Pahhra's like is looking at I think as this sensation is going on, that same weird spike is running along their arm, and they're just watching it.
Oh, is this... So Dr. Komoto mentioned that there was like a mass of... Or no, this was the previous... So Pahhra's last vision mentioned a mass of blackened matter moving, drifting through the void.
Yeah.
Is that this? I'm betting that is this.
So like he would be like a part of that, and it broke off.
Yeah.
From it.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting.
This.
Deep Space Nine, Odo.
Yes.
Interesting.
Oh yeah.
You have done well to free us from that prison.
Oh dear.
Whoops.
That was us.
Our bad.
Yay.
No, my friends, this is good. You helped me. I wouldn't do anything. I think Pahhra just they look down. They're confused, and yet they're not alone. Something's out there for them. So it's a weird feeling.
Pahhra, forgive me if this is... I know I don't like when people ask this question of me, but I'm not going to ask what are you, but do you think you might be a little piece of a god?
I think we are all little pieces of God.
Well, you're not wrong there.
I came into this world not knowing, and now I know something, at least.
As this thought goes through your head, you begin to feel heavy. Not something you've really ever experienced before, because you're just kind of this blob thing. But you realize then that it is a mental heaviness. You realize you're becoming exhausted by whatever's happening here. And at this point, Pahhra, you go unconscious and fall to the ground.
Yeah, Pahhra just kind of like loses viscosity and like slumps.
Oh no.
As for all of you, I extend my thanks for your assistance and offer this boon, particles of time.
From Pahhra's body rise these two tendrils that just kind of grow up from that clump. And then about 2 feet in the air, they stop and the matter falls away. And there are these two floating shards that look like they're mirrors that just hang in the air. And as you feel this presence withdraw from your mind, all of you fall unconscious. And then you wake up and find the second hand back within the mortal plane. And those two mirrored objects are still floating there silently.
Creepy.
That was rather unpleasant. You all right, Pahhra?
Can I go grab them?
I am sorry. I must have blanked out for a moment.
I think we all
Is
did.
everyone all right? Nobody is hurt.
What are those?
Pons has already started grabbing them.
Oh god.
I just want to touch them.
No, wait, universe implodes.
Perhaps they bear some analyzation before we make physical contact with these things.
Oh, yes, let's see.
I think Brandon's still passed out on the ground. Like with his like face like literally like face down, like ass up. just snoring.
I'm surprised a fainting couch didn't materialize on him.
I'm glad that Mastis has fallen asleep here. I have tired of finding his bedroll right outside my
charging station.
I imagine like it's like that scene in The Fresh Prince where Uncle Phil throws out jazz all the time. Every time 5e catches him in his room. Ah!
Nice.
No, I just kick the bedroll to one side and jack into the power coupling.
Does Pahhra know that those things came from them?
Yeah. Soul's gonna rush over and be like, Pahhra, you that thing, tentacles, you became a... Are you alright, darling?
I am fine. I do not remember tentacles, but these things are of myself.
Yeah, they kind of spat out of you, like just
You're made
growing.
of time. Interesting.
I'll throw a detect magic out there.
Absolutely so much magic.
If I poke it, does it move at all?
Yeah, it just gently moves away a little bit and then stops moving.
Okay. I'm just gonna push it towards ponds.
Yeah, well, they're
these
definitely
things are
magical.
very magical, yes.
Does anyone else want to try something before I grab them?
I take
Since
a large step back.
Since you know they're magical, you could try rolling some mysticism or something on them.
Yeah, I'll do that as well.
Oh, help.
It's only a 17, Adam.
25.
13.
Oh, I don't think I did ages more. You got 25.
Okay.
I think you're okay.
I'm gonna say
God.
communally you guys can discuss it a little bit. So, you guys have never seen anything like this, but as you poke it and try to figure out what's going on with this, here's what these are. You can feel the time distortion coming off this thing, and the air looks wobbly in front of you around these things. And what you're gathering from it is you have 2 of these fragments, which will allow you the opportunity to change your fate. If you press this fragment into your body, you can choose one roll to make an automatic 20.
Ooh, it's like a super popsicle.
Yeah.
Eldritch popsicle.
The Eldritch Popsicle.
Oh, there's only 2 of them.
Oh my gosh.
We got 6 people
They're
here.
part of Pahhra's body, right? So
I am happy to give of myself to you. 5e, you have gone through a considerable ordeal with this new frame. I think that you should have one of these.
I will gladly accept it.
I'm sure Brandon's just itching to have a piece of you inside of him.
I am concerned about the quality of an extra-dimensional entity, it having a vested interest in one of us, though. It is a dangerous and unaccountable variable.
It's not exactly comforting. Like, why do we think it was in prison? Just because you're in prison doesn't mean you're bad. And even if it was bad, even if you're a piece of something, which your origin doesn't make you bad, but it's a bit disturbing.
This would be the being, Adam, that came through the rings on that planet. Am I getting my lore correct?
It's very likely.
Yeah, and I was actually the one who saw that vision firsthand through the telepathy.
which vision?
The being that came through the rings, or yeah, because they showed that visually, correct? It wasn't.
Yes, they showed
Actually,
you vision.
I have telepathy. Could I share that with the group, maybe? I know how it would work out. Like the memory of not everything that Pons knows, but like I remember appearing, trying to make contact, and then being attacked. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pons has mind link, so you can literally send those images.
yeah, we can do like a coupling. Then I'll send to you, you send to everybody else.
Okay. Yeah, I can just download them to people.
Cool. Friend Pons, this will not hurt. I put my hand on the stereo.
Oh wait, just don't hit that button.
And then ooze into the stereo.
Oh no! Oh no!
And and pass on memory for Pons to disseminate.
Ugh. Well, it's been a while since someone's done that back. Ooh. This kind of makes you shiver.
Yeah, so you guys share the memory of Pahhra, which is you kind of have some of this information, and Olron shared a little bit with you, but it fills in the picture a bit more. You can see the creature come in and almost from a first-person view rip off Pahhra, and then a shape off in the distance as Pahhra is carried away. It's a very strange sensation, just this being underwater and this whole situation. And Pahhra, as you see yourself pulling away from that, the shape of the creature that you were cut off from is actually very similar to the shape that you're taking right now, this humanoid-esque ooze-like shape. So it may be that you just kind of naturally moved into a similar shape to what you couldn't remember.
I think with that memory swimming, Pahhra, they solidify a bit more into this shape. Their body seems a little bit more formed. Their head seems it's like a flat oval. The eyes are still there, but they seem more. Before they were just kind of like green, like painted on eyes almost, just flat green surfaces. Now they seem more alive.
Do we want to leave the other shard in someone's storage until we think it's needed? I'm okay with anyone else having it. I believe
Scrif would make a excellent ward.
Oh my god, the ward of time.
I'm on a
Scrif and 5e time wards.
I love it.
That's going to turn out great.
He just had new lungs shoved down his throat. Why not this too?
Yeah, they've both just been through like these like really harrowing quote unquote operations. So
how do I activate it? Do I like eat it? It's kind of sharp.
You take it and you shove it into your chest.
Ooh.
Nice.
Says Pahhra in Adam's voice.
I need you to shove it way up there, Morty. Hold on to this thing until we get back, okay?
The safe word is anchovy.
While you guys are having this conversation, 5e, you notice at the front of the computer that there is the hailing button is blinking.
All right, I'll head up to the comm panel and open that.
Crew of the Second Hand, welcome to the resort moons of Quinessa, where your home can do more than reside on a celestial body. It can be one. Please state your intent and reason for visit.
I think it's at this point that Brandon will wake up. Someone say a resort.
I've been called.
I had this strange dream of being ripped apart from something through the murky blackness of space. Oh, lordy lord.
Apologies, friend Brandon.
5e transmits back.
Acknowledged, Quinessa Station. We are here for recreation. I am serving as a companion for the crew while they enjoy a vacation outing.
And what is your destination?
I give him the general name of the district that we're headed toward. And I'm hoping that will generally indicate like that we are, well off enough that we're renting a house there.
Okay.
We have an invitation. Like, if we want to show, I had to RSVP.
That's true.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that this was actually like a planned party.
Yeah, I can.
Murder party.
5e here. Send them the copy of the invitation.
Okay.
Well, I mean, the guy that sent you that invitation's not really on the up and up, though, right? What if,
We don't know how much of this region he controls.
I could try to my way through this.
Oh no, we might alert the local authorities to that guy that we don't like a lot. It'd be terrible if they did our job for us.
Okay, do you want to send him that message then?
Yeah, I'll just retransmit the invitation and say,
I am not certain what this custom is all about. However, the sentients aboard the ship with me have asked me to convey this as explanation.
You send the thing over. Please wait while I have this verified. A minute or so passes. Thank you for waiting. Lord Curtin wishes to verify with you directly. Pending their permission, you will be allowed or disallowed to proceed on your stated course.
What was that name?
Lord Curtin? Was that what he said?
Corden?
Curtin. K-E-R-D-A-N.
Oh God, James Corden, no!
I acknowledge Quintessa Station. We are standing by.
Ivy, you recognize that name as the last name of the people you served.
Gotcha.
He's just like taken their identities.
Probably.
So you hear a click as the computer transfers over, and then you hear a voice. I'm not familiar with the second hand. Who is this, and what business do you have with my family? 5e, this is the voice that you have heard in your dreams. The voice that you've heard in the past. The young Anasanoi that you were commissioned to protect. The person you have been searching for all this time. And we'll see you in the next chapter.
You bugger.
I was about to say, I'll bet it's the protectee.
When life drains you down, charge up on the Emergency Power Network. Theme song Triangles by Diamond Ace. Find them at bandcamp.com. Music provided by Nicholas Judy of Dark Fantasy Studio at darkfantasystudio.com and Tabletop Audio. Find them at tabletopaudio.com. As well as Carl Casey of White Bat Audio. Find them at whitebataudio.com. Font Azonics by Mixo. Find them on Twitter at MixoFX. The Starfinder role-playing game, including its official lore and images, are the intellectual property of Paizo Incorporated. All rights reserved. Narrated by Danny Lee Collins.